Hi, Cliff Clover with Watson Realty. Have a special guest in the studio today. Her name is Juliana. She's an account manager for a company called Moneycorp.
Yes.
And Juliana has actually saved literally thousands of dollars for my foreign national clients buying investment homes over here in beautiful sunny Florida, Central Florida. And I wanted to bring Juliana in here to explain some of the services that her company provides and why it is important, why you should even consider talking to Juliana and her company, and how it can actually save you money. So Juliana, good morning.
Good morning, Cliff. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Why Moneycorp?
Very great question, Cliff. The simple reason why to use Moneycorp is because we can save you a lot of money, especially compared to the banks. So, for example, if you need to buy, let's say, $100,000 US dollars, and if you call a bank and ask them what would be to change those funds, it would cost you most likely around 4%.
Wow.
Okay, which is $4,000. If you call Moneycorp to do that exchange for you, that would cost anywhere between 1% or even less than that. So saving the clients an average of $3,000.
That's a lot of money.
This is actually considered the hidden costs of the transactions, Cliff. Most of the clients don't know about that. Actually, when you call any institution and you ask about the costs, they're usually going to give you the transfer fee. So they'll say about $50 to transfer your funds. But the actual cost is really included in the exchange rate. So the exchange rate we offer is much more competitive than the banks, and that's how we save clients money.
Well, you know, I often get, when I talk to my clients about this type of stuff, they always tell me, Juliana, well, you know what, I have a friend at the bank and he's going to take care of me. How does that work?
Well, yeah, it's a great question, actually. I mean, there are clients that they have a great relationship with the banks, and we do transfer the funds bank to bank. So if they have the relationship, let's say in the UK, with the same bank, and they have an account here, and they wanted to transfer the funds, that's great. The exchange rate, though, they wouldn't have a lot of control. Their account manager wouldn't have a lot of control. They still have a very huge margin that they add into the client's funds. So
they're still going to end up paying regardless of the smiley face on the other side of the table.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's yeah. I mean, so it makes a lot of sense for you guys to at least call Juliana, find out what it is that she may be able to do for you that could be better than your bank. So what else can you provide us about a foreign exchange specialist? What other features do you do?
Another great question, actually, Cliff. Our goal here at Moneycorp is just to make sure that we protect the clients against any currency fluctuations. And we offer a lot of tools for the clients in order to do that. For example, we can lock the exchange rate for up to 2 years, which is huge, and usually the banks, they do not provide those type of services.
Wow, so pretend I'm not that bright. So you lock in the exchange rate. What happens if the exchange rate is actually better for the client? Now what? Well,
the idea is to get the best rate at the best time. So it happens a lot, and there's a lot of fluctuation in the market. So when we monitor the market for the client, we want to make sure that we get that rate locked. Okay. So it's important for the client to be in budget. So they wanted to make sure that they are in budget and they are not giving up, for example, buying a property in Florida because there was a fluctuation in their currency and they no longer can afford. Okay. So it's still historically, when you follow those fluctuations, and there is a point where, number one, the client feels comfortable and he knows that it's a good rate compared to anything else. And that's when we, if he's willing to go ahead and lock, we can lock those exchange rates for up to 2 years.
And that's really important because a lot of these transactions right now could be a short sale where you could be 8 months, 9 months into the process, and especially with the Canadian dollar and things fluctuating so rapidly in our global economy. Wow, it really, I know, I've been at a closing table, Juliana, where 2 days prior to closing, the client was buying 4 investment homes, and literally his closing costs changed within 2 days, and it was $20,000 additionally for him to buy every single one of those houses. Needless to say, 3 of those houses didn't close.
Absolutely, I see that all the time, Cliff. And then, for example, mentioning about Canadians, in July, the Canadian dollar was very strong. It was around 1.05 compared to the US dollar. So we had thousands of Canadian clients locking their exchange rate at that point because historically, it's not a position where the Canadian dollar usually is. Right. So they locked that exchange rate at 1.05. They are not even close to get to the closing date yet. Some of them, they don't even have a property with an executed contract, ready to go. But now the Canadian dollar is below par, so it's below 1. and they are still locked on that good rate that we were able to provide back in July. So it's a great service.
I have so many people that are like, well, I want to get a better rate, and I keep telling them, call Moneycorp. Call Moneycorp, but you can lead a horse to water, right?
Exactly. But Cliff, it's interesting because we can still monitor the market for them. So that's actually very important. We do monitor. So if they are not, let's say, ready to lock, or even if they want to compare rates with anybody else, I mean, the services that we provide is completely free of cost or obligations. So all those risk management services that Moneycorp does, it's completely up to the client. They can use everything. They can compare rates with other bank institutions if they will, because we want to make sure that they get the best rate with us, and we know they will. So,
how safe is Moneycorp? How safe is I'm going to be? Why should I trust you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Moneycorp is actually the largest non-bank provider for foreign exchange services.
Wow.
We are in the market for over 30 years now, Cliff, and for example, last year we traded over 18 billion pounds. And is over 3.5 million clients that have been helping, and it's been increasing market share since the very first beginning since we started. But we also a very regulated company. So in the UK we are FSA regulated, and here in the US we are regulated by the Florida Office Association.
And where is your base of operation? I mean, people are. I've had closings before where somebody from London is calling the client. Where does this normally transaction happen?
It is. We actually have our head office in the UK. We are, a UK company as well. So what happens is our trading floor, when everything happens, when we have our dealers buying and selling currency for the clients, happens from the UK. So once the client is all set up with us, there'll be assigned a dedicated dealer from our UK trading floor, who is going to work with them and check their foreign exchange requirements in order to get the best rate at the best time. So that's why they receive calls from the UK.
Cool. All right. So it's a very safe company, very secure, over 30 years in business. This is not some fly-by-night internet scam that's going to happen to you, Moneycorp. And any hidden costs, fees that people need to be concerned about?
No. Well, again, the hidden costs is really where the clients needs to make sure they check with their banks is actually what is the exchange rate they are charging. The only fee Moneycorp charges is 15 British pounds, which is around $22 per transaction. That's regardless of the amount. There is no commissions.
Wow.
We charge zero commission on the client. So usually it's just we always tell the client, check when you have a certain amount that you need to transfer, just check how much you're going to have in total. Somebody's going to tell you, okay, so how much do I need from my money to have a certain amount of dollars or vice versa? And that's exactly how much how you know how much it's going to cost you.
And that is so important because I have people that are sending, say, $5,000, $10,000 for their escrow money, right? And then the contract states $5,000, but when they wire their funds, there's a bank fee from their bank. And then when it hits the US, there's a transfer charge from another bank. So in actuality, if you don't put more money into it based on a fluctuation rate, you're going to have less money into an escrow account, which then technically you're out of contract if you don't have the full amount. And that just opens up a whole nother can of worms. So it's so much better to have it locked in through Moneycorp, making sure that your money is going to be in the correct amount, in the right account, with no fluctuation or problem or additional hidden fees. So guys, it's really, really important. If you are thinking about buying a property here in Central Florida and you're a foreign national, you need to exchange currency, you really want to at least give Moneycorp and Juliana's happy face a call. Now you get to know the person behind the phone.
Exactly.
And what I'll do is, with your permission, Juliana, I'll just put a link below this video and they can click directly to your website, get more information. What's the best number for them to reach you at?
Yeah, sure. The best number to reach me is actually our Florida office number, which is 407-352-5890. They can ask to talk to me directly. I'm usually there most of the time. And, or they can check or send me an email. It's Juliana, Juliana, .Scolari, Scolari, at moneycorp.com, and it'll be a pleasure to help and explain a little bit further how we do.
Great. And I'll have that link below so you can email her directly should you choose. And you made a great choice with cliffclover.com. I want to thank you very much for being part of these videos. And if you're ready to buy, please make sure that you go ahead and look on cliffclover.com to search for properties. I can give you a list of the best priced properties in the area if you're ready to invest. And if you just want more information, there's plenty of videos and information that you can watch to learn more on how to be profitable in any down market or any economy. And again, thank you very much for watching cliffclover.com. And if you'd like to call me direct, 321-229-5890. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you. Thank you, Cliff.
Thank you. Good job.